What is cracking, YouTube? How are we doing today? We're back for another video. Today we're talking about Nexus Mutual. Now this is one of my favorites. This is pretty much insurance on smart contracts. Let's get into it because some big things have happened in the last 24 hours. We've basically just seen another spike in the amount of total staked and the amount that is inactive cover that has been taken out. So as you can see here, from the beginning of this year, we had 67, 68 million of active cover that has been taken out on the Nexus Mutual platform. Right now, we have just spiked to over 615 million. This has been with the growth of DeFi. If we have a look at the DeFi space at the moment, we're now just over 30 billion locked up. So obviously the more for any sort of smart contract failures or anything like that, and that's where Nexus comes in. So now, what does this mean? What does this mean for the token? What does this mean for all of this stuff? So let's jump over to the NXM token here. And so this token has two different prices. So firstly, you've got the price on the Nexus Mutual site, right, which you need to sign up and do KYC and everything to get on it. This is also tradable on Binance under WNXM. And so the difference is that with the one on the Nexus Mutual site, because of the capital pool that is needed, once you stake it, they will not let this fall under 100%. So you can't actually withdraw it until this goes above. Not a bad thing when the price is on the increase. However, you get that advantage if you trade NXM. NXM at the moment on Binance was trading at $49. If we just bring that up, we can quickly have a look and see. But what I wanted to look at here was just some of these stats relating to Nexus Mutual. And so if you have a look here, we've had this trend basically of more and more both US dollars and ETH being locked up in this platform. And this is extremely bullish for it. And we've just seen what I believe is quite a big new cover purchase. So this cover amount was for 21 million. The premium was 46,000 and it expires on the 5th of March. So it's quite a record. That's basically the most amount of cover that's been taken out in one transaction. That's quite a big thing for the protocol, and I think from here we're probably going to see some bullishness in the price. It's been a long time coming. If you actually have a look at the price, we had spikes August, September last year where it hit a high of $74, and so we're at 59 here. We're at 49 on the centralized Binance, and so there's a bit of a difference here. There's a bit of momentum that could be taken through, and we might potentially see WNXM go on a bit of a bullish move. It's actually been one of the DeFi coins lately that hasn't really had a big increase in the move, with everything basically rallying. And we can kind of see that here. Price has just been gradually drifting up all of January. January started off at $47. And so, we're at $50, just under $50 now here on the on Binance. And you can see here, if you click the markets, you see where we're getting this data from. And you see everything there's around that $50 mark. So everything is pricing in the ability that you can sell in and out of it. So what to watch on this particular coin is, let's just jump over onto the charts now. So if we have a look at the chart here, let's just jump straight onto the daily chart. Now we had a pretty bullish move up. Now a lot of this move down in here was when the CEO and founder of Nexus Mutual, his personal wallet got hacked, and they were obviously dumping some coins. This gave a great opportunity to buy in, and as you can see, we've basically done 3x since then, up to the point we're at now. But what is cool to see is that we've had a nice run up, from our previous spike in here, which took us all the way to $57. We've now had a nice pullback, and it looks like we're about to take off again. And in my opinion, I think we should be really looking to hunt down these highs in the early 70s. The project is making a lot of moves. We've got a lot of cover being taken out. We've got a lot more money being staked up. The space is growing. DeFi is hitting all-time highs. We've had the largest amount of transactions and covers taken out. Everything is bullish for this particular thing. And so the question now is just when are you looking to get in? Well, ideally, you always want to be buying the dip, buying the pullbacks. We haven't quite yet seen another pullback after all of this. And so I guess it comes down to whether you just want to be buying in now and catching and jumping onto the momentum of this move to the upside, or whether you want to basically sit and wait. I will attach a few notes below on the actual protocol itself so you can do your own research and make your own decisions based on it. But the platform itself is great. I've been an advocate of it, and I've been utilizing it and staking it and earning NXM rewards since it was around, the early teens, the $10 to $15 mark was when I first found this particular project. It's number 16 here on the DeFi Pulse list, and it's just been growing. It's a great project. It's got a great underlying thesis, and I love the idea that it's an insurance thing. It's something that we can relate to, and that it's fairly easy for most people to understand. It's insurance against smart contract failures. That's always a definite possibility with the type of industry that this is in. Worth keeping a watch on. My price target at the moment for where we're heading to next, I'm really liking this move up here into the $70 to $75 mark. I think that's where we're firstly going to see a little bit of profit taking up there. I think it's a pretty clear move. How long? I'm not sure. Maybe we might get this over the next sort of week or so. But it's a great product, great opportunity to really get a big move. And then really from there, it's sky's the limit, I guess. Where do we go if we pass that 75, that 80 sort of mark? So let's have a look at that. And so if we think about it, the amount of money that might flow into DeFi over the next short to medium term, if you actually zoom out and look at the space over the past year, July, even March last year, we barely cracked the $1 billion of locked value in DeFi. Now we're up at 30, and we've aggressively pumped again. We've gone from 26 to 30 in quite a quick space. And if you keep tabs on DeFi Pulse, you'll actually see where this money is congregating towards. And we'll do another video later on in the week around Badger, which is a new product that has been out for a little bit now, but seems to be getting a lot of traction as well. So all of these ones, it's great to keep your eye on this for what could be moving and shaking in the DeFi landscape. And so with the amount of DeFi being locked up, there's going to be a percentage of this that people want to take cover and insurance on these protocols and these smart contracts that they're invested in. And so that's where Nexus Mutual comes in. There was another player in the space called Cover, which is associated with YFI. However, Cover seems to be going through all sorts of dramas. Their initial thing got hacked, I think it was, and people lost money, and then they created another one. And if we kind of jump down and we look at the chart over the last little bit, you can see that it's kind of been on a bit of a roller coaster itself. It went up to 600, it came back to 3, and it's kind of just been in this range, neither going here nor there. And when you look at the actual total value locked up, it only has 14 million locked up. So it's not really getting the same sort of traction as something like Nexus. Nexus is a far better product, in my opinion, and I think it will probably be like that for a while. They're definitely getting a lot more traction, a lot more people are using it. The other interesting thing that I would note as well is if you actually go onto the nexustracker.io and you go into staking, you can actually see which projects people are staking on. And so at the moment, there's been a lot of people staking on Badger. Of course, that's one of the ones we were talking about. And we'll do another video purely focused on Badger. But Badger itself has already had 35 million worth of people staking on it. Now that's almost the highest. Curve and Badger are basically the two biggest, apart from Uniswap and MakerDAO. So that's quite a big thing in of itself. That tells you that there's a lot of people gravitating towards that project, and a lot of people looking to potentially take out cover around that project. So if we go to covers, let's have a look at active cover per project. And so you can see here, Badger's on the way up, 32 million. It's not as high as some of the other ones yet, but this is going to be a fairly new project, and I'm not 100% sure if we can actually get previous. Well, we can see the most recent covers that have been taken, and so if we went back to a couple of weeks ago, you would be able to see just quite. I think this is the earliest. So if we go to the latest here. Okay, I think, yep, that's it. We're at the latest now. So you can kind of see the trend of what people are doing now. So there's a lot of people seem to be taking cover out on Ren, and that also ties in with this large amount of cover that was purchased. So we're seeing a lot of people taking cover out on Ren, and if you actually look at this here, the premiums paid has been quite significant. So if you do, the advantage that you get from doing this, because it is a premium if you do want to put your ETH into this project, you are best to want to stake it. If you go and stake it, you can then actually earn a return as part of the premiums that are paid from people taking out cover on the individual projects. And this is something I'll put some more links below so you can research some more into it to get a better understanding of what you're investing in. Because it's all well and good just jumping on the train because something is moving. But at the end of the day, I'm a strong believer in having that deep understanding of what you're actually getting into so that you can decide if this is something you want to ride out the storms or whether it's just something you want to get in and out very quickly. And so Nexus has been a favorite of mine for a while. Those who know me know that I've talked about this almost as probably more than what I've spoke about Solana. So it's definitely worth looking into, and I'll leave links below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more crypto content. We're going to be pumping it out a lot more. We've got a lot of stuff on a lot of different projects to come very soon. I thought we'd do this one right now since I saw that particular cover taken out, and I thought this is a perfect time to just update everyone on Nexus, where it's at, what we can expect. We are at a good price. The Binance app is definitely where you want to be trading on this. I think it's probably the most liquid WNXM contract. Let's just have a quick look. Yep, definitely is here by the looks of it. Binance, or actually Bitmart, but I'm not too familiar with them, to be honest. BTC says it's done a bit as well, but I'm not too sure with them. But Binance seemed to have it against USDT, and it's got pretty deep 2% either side to get an order filled if you do wish to trade this particular product with size. So I'll leave it there. Do some research. We'll do an update in a week or two and see how this one is trekking along. I hope you guys managed to take advantage of some of the Solana train. Solana today was ticking over $5.50. I think at the moment it's sitting at $5.48. That was basically our target. Our target was in that range of $5 to $5.50. From here, we sort of wait. I'm waiting for a pullback to put some more on now. I've still got a position on that I'll be running to that 10x target that I said in the previous video. So it's a great project, but that's going to be a much longer term play. I think if we're looking shorter term now, to hit our targets, it's a great time to probably take some profit off that, reinvest it somewhere else that may boom. Nexus is definitely one of those. And if you got any questions, chuck them down in the comments below, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace.